On the 12th of January 2010, after breakfast, we left Hospet to proceed to Hampi. Hampi, also referred to as the Group of Monuments at Hampi, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site located in east-central Karnataka, India. Hampi was the capital of the Vijayanagara Empire in the 14th century. Persian and European travelers, particularly the Portuguese, say that Hampi was a prosperous, wealthy and grand city near the Tungbhadra river, with numerous temples, farms and trading markets. The Vijayanagara Empire was defeated by a coalition of Muslim Sultanate. Its capital was conquered and destroyed by Sultanate armies in 1565, after which Hampi remained in ruins. Hampi's ruins are spread over 4,100 hectares and has about 1,600 monuments. Almost all of the monuments were built between 1336 and 1570 CE during the Vijayanagara rule. The Lakshmi Narasimha statue is one of the most imposing sculptures found in the ruined town of Hampi. The speciality of the sculpture is that it is the largest monolith statue in Hampi. The statue is located on the southern side of the Hemakuta group of temples that stand on the Hemakuta hill. The Lakshmi Narasimha statue and the temple housing the statue were built in the year 1528 CE. It was constructed during the rule of Krishna Devarai, one of the greatest rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire. Badavalinga Temple is a wonderful temple in Hampi dedicated to Lord Shiva. The Hindu deity Shiva is worshipped in the form of a linga in this temple. The Badavalinga temple is located near the Lakshmi Narasimha temple. Then we proceeded to Sri Krishna temple. The Krishna temple was built by the ruler Krishna Devarai of the Vijayanagara period in the year 1513 AD. He erected this temple in honor of winning the battle and subsequent annexure of Utkal or the eastern reign of Udaygiri. The carvings in Sri Krishna temple are especially spectacular, with the yalis or the mythical lions on the pillars and the entrances to the temple hall flanged with impressive carvings of elephant balustrades. Many small shrines and pillared halls adorn the campus. The main tower at the east is an impressive sight with numerous carvings on it. One can see the carvings of the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu in this temple. Ahead of the Krishna temple is the Krishna Bazaar. Hampi is 376 km from Bengaluru and 165 km from Hubli. The closest railway station is in Hospet, 13 km away. Sashivikalu Ganesha Temple is a huge statue of Lord Ganesha, carved out of a single block of rock. It is one of the major landmarks in Hampi. Sashivikalu Ganesha is about 8 feet tall. Then we went to Hemakuta Hill, not a very tedious uphill trek, from where a good view of Hampi is available. There are many temples and ruins here and there. This is a good point to see sunrise and sunset. Next, we saw Karalekelu Ganesha. This giant statue of Ganesha was carved out of a huge boulder at the northeastern slope of the Hemakuta hill. A sanctum is built around the statue. The pillared hall in front of this sanctum is as charming as this giant statue itself. The open hall constructed by unusually slender and tall pillars. The Virupaksha temple is the oldest shrine. The temple is a collection of smaller temples, a regularly repainted 160 feet high Gopuram, a Hindu monastery dedicated to Vidyaranya of Advaita Vedanta tradition, a water tank or Manmatha, a community kitchen, other monuments and a 2,460 feet long ruined stone market with a monolithic Nandi shrine on the east end. The courtyard after the small Gopuram leads to the main mandapa of the Shiva temple, which consists of the original square mandapa and a rectangular extension composed of 2 fused squares and 16 piers built by Krishna Devarai. The mandapa pillars have outsized yalis, mythical animal melding the features of a horse, lion and other animals with an armed warrior riding it, a characteristic Vijayanagara feature. Underground Shiva or Prasanna Virupaksha temple is one of oldest temples in Hampi. Built during the reign of the Vijayanagara Empire, the temple is located near the main road to Hampi bus stand. An interesting fact about the Prasanna Virupaksha temple is that it is located a few meters below the ground level. The roof of the temple is at par with the present ground level, while the main structure of the temple stands on a low-lying area. Another thing to note is that the sanctum of the temple remains submerged under stagnant water throughout the year. Hazara Rama Temple in Hampi is an important shrine in Hampi. This small but beautiful temple is located at the center of the royal area. The temple is dedicated to Lord Rama, a Hindu deity. The temple is famous for the lovely bas relics and panels depicting the story of the epic Ramayana. Hazara Rama Temple was built in the early part of the 15th century by the then king of Vijayanagara, Devarai II. It was originally built as a simple structure. It consisted of only a sanctum, a pillared hall and an ardha mandapa. Later the temple structure was renovated to add an open porch and beautiful pillars. The walls of the temple carry the story of Ramayana carved on stone. The outer walls of the temple are decorated with bas relics of Rama and Krishna. The relics also portray processions of horses, elephants, attendants, soldiers and dancing women taking part in the Dasara festival rally at that time. The relics are among the most extensive ones to be found anywhere in India. Our next destination was ruins of Vijayanagara. First we came across the Gajashala or elephant stable, built by the Vijayanagara rulers for their war elephants, are very well preserved. Nearby was the Janana enclosure, which was a fortified and secluded area reserved for the royal ladies of the Vijayanagara Empire. The Janana enclosure is located in the area approaching the royal enclosure and near the Ranga temple. The highlight of the Janana enclosure is the Lotus Mahal or Kamal Mahal, one of the most remarkable structures in Hampi. Next was the Queen's Bath. Hampi Bazaar is a unique attraction of Hampi. Located in front of the Virupaksha temple, the Hampi Bazaar is a well-known marketplace that spreads for more than 1 kilometer. The road passing through the market has series of old pavilions on both sides. The place used to be a thriving market during the days of the Vijayanagara Empire. Though the market has lost much of its sheen and significance, it is still popular among the tourists. Vithala Temple in Hampi is an ancient monument that is well known for its exceptional architecture and unmatched craftsmanship. It is considered to be one of the largest and the most famous structure in Hampi. The temple is located in the northeastern part of Hampi, near the banks of the Tungabhadra river. The iconic temple has amazing stone structures such as the incomparable stone chariot and the fascinating musical pillars. This predominant monument of Hampi is a major attraction of the ruined town and is a must-see for visitors and tourists. It was built during the reign of King Devarai II, one of the rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire. Several portions of the temple were expanded and enhanced during the reign of Krishna Devarai, the most famous ruler of the Vijayanagara dynasty. He played a significant role in giving the monument its present look. Every tourist place has that one spot which earns it galore and admiration. For Hampi, the small, dainty temple village set in Karnataka, it's the iconic stone chariot. The chariot is actually a shrine dedicated to Garuda, built inside the Vitala temple complex. The massive sculpture of Garuda, Lord Vishnu's escort, once was seated atop the chariot, but it is empty at the present date. The chariot was built by King Krishna Devaraya of the Vijayanagara Empire during the 16th century, who got fascinated with the Konark Sun Temple chariot while fighting a battle in Odisha. We finished our tour of Hampi and came to our hotel in Hampi. On the 13th of January, we proceeded to Bangalore via Chitradurga Fort. The road to Chitradurga was looking beautiful with sunflower farming on both sides of the road. Chitradurga Fort is a fortification that straddles several hills and a peak overlooking a flat valley in the Chitradurga district, Karnataka. The fort was built in stages between the 11th and 13th centuries by the dynastic rulers of the region, including the Chalukyas and Hoysalas, later the Naikar of Chitradurga of the Vijayanagar Empire. 4 gates were provided in the outermost walls. The 4 gates are Rangayana, Siddhayana, Uchangi and Lalkot. We entered through Rangayana Bagalu Gate. The entrance wall has a 7-hooded snake carved on the rock. The walls are as high as 15 meters. The opposite side of the wall bears carvings of Ganesh, Shiva and Nandi. We visited 3 temples, most probably Kanikagiri Temple, and 2 other ruins. Then we visited Onake Obhabna Kindi, a small narrow entrance, where only one warrior could stop many foes. It was named after Onake Obhabna, a lady who fought against lot of invaders. After completing our visit of Chitradurga, we proceeded to Bangalore and reached Bangalore in the evening of the 13th of January.